here talking now with Stan Lindskog, who is representing his father, Victor. And Victor is being inducted into the 2021 Hall of Fame here, the Montana Football Hall of Fame. And Victor, tell us some things about your dad. He was an unusual type of player, especially in today's world.
Absolutely. 45 years in the NFL.
Wow.
Yeah. Player, coach, scout. And he had never seen a football until he got to Southern California. He went there as a boxing protege to be trained to be the Great White Hope to beat Joe Louis.
Wow.
And while he was there, he realized he was at a disadvantage because he only had a high school education. So he went to Santa Ana Junior College to see if he could be a student. And it was one of those truly Ronald Reagan movie moments. He's standing talking to the admissions lady as the head football coach is walking by. Now, Vic is 6'1.5", 200 pounds wedge from training for boxing. And he asked the lady how much it would cost to be a student. He slumped and said, I can't afford that. And the football coach is walking by. And he comes over and puts his arm around Vic and he says, son, have you ever heard of the game of football? And Dad said, no, because in Roundup and Cutbank, 3,000 people towns, they didn't have football. They didn't have enough people. So he got started with his football career there. He got a scholarship. He played well enough that Stanford got interested in him. They brought him up to the farm, and he became the world's first T-formation trained center that ever got drafted into the NFL.
And with the T-formation, you had the unique thing that was something he really wound up being a star in.
Absolutely. The offense that Clark Shaughnessy developed was taken from a book by a guy named Guerrillan, who was a colonel of motorized artillery in World War I. He wrote a book. He was way ahead of his time. Hitler read the book, hired Guerrillan to put in the tactics for the Blitzkrieg. Clark Shaughnessy, football coach, read the book, said, hey, single wing, double wing football is like trench warfare. One more man at the point of attack, win by attrition. So he got the idea to put a man in motion, his most elusive runner, and fire the ball out to him. So that was the basis of the offense. But he had to go back to 1903 to a Pop Warner attempt at the T-formation where there was a direct snap because it was too long for the ball to get back to the quarterback to throw the ball. So they put the quarterback right up under the center, and he only had to take one step in order to let the ball go. And it was a complex offense. Every play in the book, Vic had 3 blocking assignments. Mm-hmm. A brush block, an influence block, and a knock 'em down block.
Take the defensive back
off
the field.
Absolutely. Greasy Neal, his coach at the Eagles, said that Vic was the only center he had ever seen that could do the other 2 blocks and then knock a defensive halfback out of bounds.
Yeah, that offense just made him almost a perfect fit.
It was to a T, if you would.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Yeah. Also, his size for that time.
Yeah, he was 6'1", played at 203. Interesting, he went to high school in sophomore, 6'1", 140 pounds. He didn't like what he saw in the mirror, so he sent away mail order to Charles Atlas. And got a book on isometric exercises. He couldn't afford equipment. And so isometrics are just using your own muscles to resist and build muscle. So he graduated high school at 6'1.5" and 190 pounds.
Tell us about his pro career then beyond that.
I'm sorry?
Tell us about his pro career after college.
Okay. Quickly, he played for the Eagles both ways for 5 years. They brought in Chuck Bednarik to be the linebacker, and he got to finish his career as just a center. And from there, He became a line coach, Eagles, British Columbia Lions, back to Stanford, finished his master's in PE, and then Bakersfield College for 1 year, and then the Rams for 8 years, and they're 2 head coaches. And then he stopped coaching and became a scout for the final 26 years of his career.
26 years of scouting.
Yeah. And my stepmother said that the day before he died, he did his 35 minutes of Charles Atlas exercises.
My father had Charles Atlas course also as I was growing up.
Yep.
Amazing life.
It was. He was an amazing athlete.
And as of now, he'd be 107, right?
Yep.
Wow. Hey, thank you very much, Stan. And
my pleasure being here, and that's a really fine organization that's brought us together.
Right, and Victor is a well-deserved person to be in this Montana Football Hall of Fame.
Thank you.